Thank you for joining us here on day 4 of the PyeongChang 2018 Paralympic Winter Games. We are indeed here at the Jeongseon Alpine Centre for the Super Combined competition of the Alpine skiing event. Super G half of the Super Combined contest has been and gone. The second run is now a slalom. Once again, 6 different competitions on show, 3 different classifications for the women and men alike. We'll start with the visually impaired, move on to the standing, and finish each with the sitting events. I can tell you now, that says 11 degrees. It is actually much warmer. The last hour alone here at the Jeongseon Alpine Centre has really heated up, touching around about 15, 16 degrees locally. There is a fair bit of wind. You'll notice that when you see spectators in the stands. The flags are waving quite viciously at times, but it doesn't seem to be affecting the athletes or people out on the course, so it shouldn't have an effect there. Women's Super Combined, visually impaired, the first event. It's hard to look past Henrieta FARKASOVA and Natalia Subotova of Slovakia picking up their 3rd gold in succession here in PyeongChang. Days 1 and 2 were great for them. Day 4 has already started fantastically well for the Slovakian pair. Dominant on the world scene, not just in the last 4 years building up to PyeongChang, but even in Sochi as well. 53 of our 55 gates are a turning gate. We drop down some 200 meters. It's the shorter course to the left of your camera shot now. Instead of bending up straight through the middle, we take the left from that shot there. It is a much shorter course. They're still called gates, but they're marked out by individual poles. Rules still apply. You must go in between each gate. Can't straddle one of the gate poles, and you must go through every single one all the way to the bottom in the order that they are designed. You cross the line, your time is combined with your Super G time. If you fail to finish in the Super G, you've got an afternoon off. Skiers, young and old, have de-iced through the afternoon. They'll clip on and set off. It will be the women's VI event then up first. The Umsteads, husband and wife from the US, already at the start gate. The timing posts. The centre and bottom of your screen, there's a little stick poking out to the bottom right, as you see. That will be pushed in front of the legs of Danielle Umstead. And she will burst through it to set the timer going on her second half of the Super Combined run here on day 4. A 3rd Paralympics then. Danielle Umstead.
3, 2, 1, go!
The previous 2 Paralympics have yielded medals. She starts from the back to try and do it again here, this time in the Super Combined slalom. Her first run on the Super G, 1:37.70. It was the slowest of the field, not far behind Kelly Gallagher, admittedly. Just a steady manoeuvre through it. VI athletes guided by a person in front of them. That can be male or female. The instructions are given through a headset microphone. It's a Bluetooth device that goes all the way through to the other athlete. They can talk back to each other. Daniel Umstead and Rob Umstead navigating their way through the aforementioned 55 gates. Closing down then on the finish. It is only a 200-meter drop. Danielle through the final gate and the line, and her overall time is 2:39.53. It's 61.83 for the individual run. Man and wife get through the course with ease. Kelly Gallagher inside Umstead's time already. Gallagher with Gary Smith as her guide. Went 1:37.59 this morning. Gold medal winner from Sochi, 32-year-old, struggling to replicate that sort of form. The Super G winner, the record breaker for Great Britain Power Alpine Sport. Oh, just got a little foot off the ground. One leg in the air. Doesn't bode well unless you rescue it quickly. Kelly did, and she's flying here. 2.60 seconds quicker. Much more technical event, this one. We'll see a lot more of it to come here in PyeongChang. Some of our athletes are kings and queens of speed. Others have the gift of the technical stuff. Gallagher could have been faster. Little mistake. 10 or so gates from the end, but still well inside the Umstead time. 60.28 individually, 2:37.87.
지금은 꺼졌는데 아까 탈리 올렸는데도 계속 들어와 있었거든요. 네, 아까 탈리 넣었을 때도 되게
Melissa PERRINE starts 2 seconds quicker than Kelly Gallagher. Her morning run was 1:35.50. PERRINE and Christian Geiger would have been expecting to have contested for medals so far here in PyeongChang. It just hasn't been, but still plenty more events to come. PERRINE bashing away the posts. Again, the differing levels of visual acuity for all of our VI athletes, ranging from classification B1 to B3. Those athletes who are classified B1 have the least visual acuity. B2 slightly more, B3 slightly more than that, but all of these athletes have varying eyesight, and it affects them all differently as well. 7 seconds the difference then. Melissa PERRINE sets a total time of 2:30.82, 55 seconds for the individual run.
And the lens is, it's got control from the truck, because it goes back to what when I let go of it, it goes back. So can they try and rack it?
So Noemi, Eva Rustop from Rochelstein. 26 years old. Her guide is Lucien Gechau. Time from her first run, 1:35.17. She was a couple of seconds or so in front of Melissa PERRINE. Oh, she's really slowed herself through that gate. And again, really don't want to be coming to a pretty much standstill pace, but sometimes you have to. You've got to check your speed and grind yourself to a halt just to stay within the course. Lucien Screaming instructions. And Ristau has dropped time big here. Has Melissa PERRINE come up with a performance that will elevate her up the standings? It appears that way at the moment. Oh, and Ristau really struggled with that. She's continuing on, and as we cross the line, well, the run is 57.41, but it's the overall time we're after. And she goes behind Melissa PERRINE, 2:32.56. Start with a 1.11 advantage from the first run. 1:34.39. Sisters Chloe and Alana. Chloe, the guide, taking down her sister as quick as she can. Already medalled here in PyeongChang. Can they do it again? They have to come up with something fairly big to get inside the British pairing second and third. It would have to be huge to get past Slovakia's FARKASOVA and Subatova. At the moment, PERRINE has set a very good time here, and Sana's going to be outside of that as well. All of a sudden, the Australian hopes are rocketing. Sana haven't found the groove here. 2:30.82 was the time. We're well outside. 2:35.92. It in fact is slower than Naomi Everestau as well. So Helena Sana drops big time. Melissa PERRINE stays in first position with 3 to come. One mistake and the Australian has somehow gone from 6 to a medal. Millie Knight, along with her guide Brett Wild. These two in much better spirits than they were 6 or 7 months ago. While she is a world champion, there's been some much publicised belief issues from Millie Knight. A big smash followed by another big smash at another event after the World Championships can knock the confidence. She's come back here at PyeongChang and picked up a couple of medals already. She's inside PERRINE and she needs to stay there, but it means she's dropping time because it's only 0.24. She started a long way in front of the Australian. Knight and Wild have got to go big in this final section. Come on, says Brett. Come on, no! Melissa PERRINE has absolutely smashed it here. She's up into the medals. 2:31.73. It's Knight now that needs a mistake from the top two.
Ready?
This is Menna FITZPATRICK and her guide Jennifer Keogh. A great combination of characters this. Despite the age difference, Menna just 19, Jen 34. But these two get on like an absolute house on fire. It's a lap a minute. She's 3.67 inside PERRINE, which means she's dropped a little bit, but not a mass amount yet. If she makes a mistake, Millie Knight is waiting. PERRINE at the moment has somehow wrestled herself a medal. I did say that she was a big hope for Australia, but the battle is on here. FITZPATRICK is still dropping time, 2.47. It was 4 seconds at the start. Is there enough of the course left for her to lose any more time. Keogh and Fitzpatrick in that order. The guide in orange bringing down Fitzpatrick. Oh, just 2:29. It is at least a silver for Menna Fitzpatrick here in PyeongChang. A huge sigh of relief, I'm sure, from the British team. Now, FARKASOVA has a gap. She is normally dominant, but has been known to make a mistake in the slalom. Not many. Sotova leading her down 1.66 then. It is a big mistake or a couple of small ones, 1.66. But at the moment, it's looking as clean as you like. Oh, in fact, he's starting to extend. 2.13, and oh, I said a big mistake. He's just made it inside. Now the nerves will be jangling at the bottom. Is that big enough to let in the Brit? Or can the Slovakian pair maintain their golden run to the line? Yes, they can. 2:27.72. But didn't they make a drama out of that one? At one point, it looked so easy. But Henrieta FARKASOVA came up with a minuscule mistake, I suppose, in the grand scheme of things. But it very nearly cost her. The gap at the end, just 1.28. Well, these two are fantastic. And it's 3 out of 3 here at PyeongChang for the Slovakian pairing. Got to mention that run from Melissa PERRINE and Christian Geiger has took herself from 6th position and managed to sneak inside the medals in 3rd. It's a little bit of heartache for Millie Knight and Brett Wild. Half of the British contingent will feel great, the other half will feel a little bit disappointed, but it is another medal for the British team. Melissa PERRINE, though, gives Australia that medal in Alpine they were looking for. FARKASOVA and Subotova, simply brilliant. What else can you say? So it finishes in the VI Women's Super Combined, as it has in the first few days here in PyeongChang. FARKASOVA and Subotova for Slovakia are dominating the Para-Alpine. It is a silver for Great Britain with Fitzpatrick and Keogh, but PERRINE and Geiger come up with something brilliant, much quicker the second run from them, and they get themselves a bronze for Australia. Women's Super Combined standing event here on day 4. Shorter course, 200 metres the drop, starts much lower down as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the medalists for the Alpine Skiing Women's Super Combined Visually Impaired.
So recognition announcements for the Women's Visually Impaired event. It's once again Henrieta FARKASOVA and Natalia Subotova in dominant form here in the combined. They take out Menna Fitzpatrick and Jennifer Keogh, who took silver. Great performance from PERRINE and Geiger of Australia to come from 6th after the first run. Brilliant performance in the slalom, and it's bronze for them.
representing Great Britain.
The medal, Menna, FITZPATRICK, Alana, Jeongseon.
Gold medalist and Paralympic champion representing Slovakia.
The medal, Paralympic champion, Slovakia, Henrieta Paskova.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm round of applause to the Paralympic medalists.
So it is more joy for FARKASOVA and Subatova. 3 from 3. PyeongChang. Big smiles either side though. FITZPATRICK and Jennifer Keogh. Great Britain with the silver, and Melissa PERRINE and Christian Geiger coming up with something brilliant in their second run, and that has enabled them to medal as well. So we move into the women's standing event on this super combined. We'll start off with the slowest from the first event, which is the Super G, of course. Ami Hondo leads us out, and we go all the way up to Andrea ROTHFUSS. And don't blink, because there is no Maddie Boucher, the lady that was looking on course to win everything in the women's standing, made the rarest of rare mistakes in the Super G. And it meant that the rest of the standing athletes finished the first run knowing there was a big, big opportunity to take top spot. It was ROTHFUSS that got the best time. We start off with Ami Hondo of Japan. Year-old student. Only really took up sport seriously in 2016. The first run time of 1:46.65. It was a bit of a struggle for Hondo. They're going to want to come down this much quicker. Yes, it's a trickier course, but it's a much shorter one, so timing-wise, Hondo goes through that section at 2:36.62. Remember, that's the combined time. He's also played able-bodied rugby sevens a few years ago in a youth tournament, and competed 15-a-side rugby at national level. So Ami Hondo, your athlete, 108.54, 255.19.
I'll talk to you later.
17-year-old
right,
Mel Pemble.
Bye.
Pemble's first run, 1:42.90. This is much more technical, much more precise. Super G event, you can throw yourself into the turns, and if you go wide, there's all manner of chances to get back here in the slalom. You've got to be able to move those screens pretty quickly in between our 55 gates. The margin for error is minuscule. Pemble some 5.10 seconds ahead of Ami Hondo. Lots of cheering at the bottom. Athletes are in the spectators' eye shot for quite a while on this course. Through the line, 2:50.13 for Mel Pemble. Does this run in 1:07.23. Smazova. Slovakia. Sure will take great encouragement from teammate and absolute world-class skier. FARKASOVA. It must be great to be on a team with such a winner. Smazova trying to utilise some of that in her performances. 27 years old, 28 in early April. Comes from Zelina. .68 the difference. Smazova going well. 8.20 the difference at the end. She swings the pole around her head. She's extremely happy with that one.
Come on, Jack, let's go!
16-year-old Ali Kunkel. Great run from Petra Smazova of 60.86. That will put pressure on a fair few. The minute mark where you want to be at. Cool. Young age showing real talent. Oh, and she's got a leg caught on one of the posts. It goes over it and not around. And Ali Kunkel goes out on the slalom part of the super combined event. Just there. You can't straddle the gate, and she knew it straight away. Maintained her balance on one leg. But out of the contest goes Kunkel.
Up, let's do it! Down on.
Stephanie Jallen from the United States of America. First run of 1:40.40. Couple of bronze medals in Sochi, all getting all out of shape. 174 ahead of Smazova, but needs to regain some composure. There's one more really intricate section at the bottom that can catch you out. Here, about maintaining your speed, your balance, and she's stretching it. 3.46 now. This is good from Steph Jallen. Moving the post aside, it's hard with the riggers if you get the bottom caught. Crossing the line though, 4:18 seconds the difference. 57.35 as a run is brilliant. 2:37.75 is her time, and she's enjoyed that. Mollie Schwartz is the third of the Americans that were in order after the first run. Leader is a compatriot in Jallen, 1:59.95 as a combined time. Oh, it's getting a bit sideways there, and that will kill your speed, and look what it's done. 3.88, it just isn't as quick as Melanie Schwartz would have wanted. And at the moment, Stephanie Jallen will stay top. unless Swartz can find something mammoth towards the bottom end. Into view at the bottom of the mountain she comes. Dropping right back. 8.81 seconds now. 32-year-old in her third Paralympic Games will be slotting in well behind the leader. It's third for now, 2:49.32. It's actually the slowest run of the lot in the slalom. All strong and active, Vladimir. Let's go.
You got this, girl. Let's go. Keep moving.
Come on, girl. 21-year-old Erin Latimer. And she do the business for Canada. It's America 1 and 3 at the moment. Some mighty fine standing athletes still left on the list. And Latimer making effect. 52.52 is the difference now. Dropping behind, it shows you how good Steph Jalen's run was. 21-year-old Latimer starts the final drop. You can see the finish line. She'll be able to hear the crowd now. And the gap keeps growing, 3.39. Jalen really has done a number on the rest of the field here. That 57 is proving to be very quick. Across the line then, 5.57 the difference. It's a 1:04. Anna Jochemsen of the Netherlands. Single leg skier. Use of 2 outriggers. Don't get the outriggers caught in the bottom of the posts. They will pull you back and bring you off balance. You notice that Anna Jochemsen will try and use her thigh or even sometimes her upper torso on the inside of the arms if necessary. It's just to make sure that the single ski goes in and out of the right gates in order, and we're dropping time. 1.12 now. There's only 4 to come after Jochemsen. Stephanie Jalen is perhaps at the bottom thinking maybe, just maybe. Jochemsen then, 2:21.38. Oh, Jochemsen's gone down! And Stephanie Jalen's dream is still alive here because another skier won't go past her. And it's heartbreak for Anna Jochemsen. Just a little stumble forwards. Can't maintain a body posture. The centre of the balance just shifts onto the right side, and that's not what she wants as a single leg skier. Now, Maria Populova, one of our neutral Paralympic athletes, was just outside the medals after the first run, in 4th position. But there is a different ingredient been put into the pot. A great run from Stephanie Jalen means that the top 4 or 5 just still not safe. 1:59.95 is the overall time. Populova, 2.78 is the advantage she has over the American. How much of that can she keep? .21.38 at the next checkpoint. 1.10. Tantalising. Populova looks good though. 35-year-old. Fourth the slalom in Sochi. Is she going to do enough? Oh, hangs on in there, 0.53. It's a 101. But Papulova goes to the top of the leaderboard. In third at the end of the first run. Alana Ramsay psyching herself up at the gate. 22-year-old Canadian from Calgary. There's a big Canadian presence at the foot of the hill. Just waiting for potential Canadian success here in the Super Combined. Stephanie Zallen from America and Maria Papulova are at the bottom waiting and hoping for some mistakes. Not so far good as you like from Ramsay. Another that had a good World Cup campaign, some success at the World Cup final. 2:20.28 is the time, 176 is the gap. Can she hold on to that? Papulova was just 0.53 ahead of Zallen. There's a little slide check there. She's staying inside the gates as she needs to. 2:37.22 on the clock to be. 2:36.08, 1.14. Ramsay will have a medal. What colour will it be?
Go get it, Mollie. Come on.
Mollie Jepsen.
Push and charge.
Was only 0.25 quicker than Alana Ramsay this morning.
Strong and moving, Mollie.
In run one of this Super Combined event. She looks quick. She has come out of the gate here with the bit between her teeth. She isn't just trying to stave off the rest. I think she's attacking Andrea ROTHFUSS here. Mollie Jepsen, got to get inside 155.79. She is 1.19 the difference here. Jepsen to try and give the Canadians a 1 and 2 with 1 to go. This looks good. Mollie Jepsen. Just 18. Got to keep it straight through here. 2:36.08. It should be, and it will be. Brilliant from Jepsen. Pressure's on. 2:32.70 for the young Canadian. Canada 1 and 2. 1 to go. There is the current leader. There is one more to come. Lady with bib number 13. It's unlucky for some. Will it be unlucky for Andrea ROTHFUSS of Germany? Debuted over 14 years ago. The 1 gold in Sochi in the slalom. Has kind of got used to finishing behind Marie Bochet in the last few years. But ROTHFUSS doesn't want that this time round. She wants her own gold. She's got to go better than 2:32.70. Otherwise, Canada will take gold then. .2:16.48 is the time check. Oh, 0.36. This is there to be won, but it's also there to be lost. One mistake from ROTHFUSS here, or a drop in speed, and it's all Jepsen's, but ROTHFUSS into the final few gates. Oh, it's outside. Mollie Jepsen of Canada takes the title. ROTHFUSS has to settle for a silver medal. 2:33.07. But Mollie Jepsen's blistering 58.70 in the slalom wins her the Paralympic gold title. So the standings after two. Mollie Jepsen, indeed the winner. Andrea ROTHFUSS settling for second. It would say 60.04 in that second run. That's not terrible by any stretch of the imagination. In fact, I think it's the third fastest. Yeah, it is. Third fastest time on the slalom, and it wasn't good enough. But Mollie Jepsen, well, fair play to Stephanie Jalen, by the way, 57.35. Let's wait for the slalom events here in PyeongChang. Steph Jalen means business. That was quick. So it's Mollie Jepsen from Andrea ROTHFUSS. Alana RAMSAY, Maria Papulova is fourth again, as she was in Sochi. Stephanie Jalen with a great run. She was the quickest over the slalom. Quickest over the Super G, ended up being in second position. At the bottom, Marie Boucher. Many of you might be tuning in expecting to see that lady picking up a crown. Well, not to be.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the medalists.
So out they come here at the venue for their recognition announcements. There is a victory ceremony plaza where all the medals are given out in the Olympic Stadium. There's fireworks and music. It's a great place during the evening for all the athletes who've won medals throughout the day to pick them up. And these will be the ladies that will be getting themselves over there later on. Bronze indeed went to Alana RAMSAY, 2:36.08. Andrea ROTHFUSS is going to take the silver, but with the absence of Rocher in this second run, she perhaps thought this was her time. Yeah, you see, you feel like that might have been a bigger smile. There's the motion there, but it might be the wrong sort. Opportunity lost, maybe. But somebody who did not drop the ball at all was Mollie Jepsen, 18 years old, and the young Canadian is the Paralympic champion of the women's super combined standing event.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm round of applause to the Paralympic medalists.
To state the obvious, two rather big smiles there. Another smiling through gritted teeth, it would seem. It feels like a dropped gold for Germany rather than a one silver, but she'll reflect on that later in her career, I'm sure. Women's super combined sitting event here on day 4. We go into the second part of the event, the slalom run. We'll start with Victoria Pendergast. Tori Pendergast of Australia. We'll work our way all the way through to the very dominant Anna SCHAFFELHUBER of Germany. In fact, I can tell you that Tori Pendergast is already coming up as a DNS on the system, so she's not going to start. Wasn't happy with her first run, and maybe just a bit of a regroup for the Australians with Tori. So the first person to go eventually will be Linda van Impelen.
Ready?
Come on, man. Hey.
Yeah, Dutch coach just saying, are you ready? Come on.
Come on, Menna!
Big shout of come on, Linda, as the 32-year-old from Ernst in the Netherlands. Well, we've had VI and we've had standing. This is a whole new skill set altogether. Imagine the strength to try and turn a singular ski, but whilst being in a bucket seat. And what you don't want to do is get your outrigger or your arm caught up in the gate low down. They're trying it as low and as close as they can. Sometimes they just get those outriggers. That's the devices in their left and right hands here, the sit skiers. They'll just get them wrapped up in the post. It doesn't half drag you back. And if you're in contention for a medal and you get dragged back by one of these posts, that might just be the lot. Linda van Impelen, 1:39.08 in the first run. This is her maybe Paralympic voyage. Slow through there. It's a big turn, that one, on the course. Into the final section then, Van Impelen slides across the line, 2:42.92. That's the combined time for the Dutch and Linda Van Impelen. Victor wears a different helmet during slalom to the one that she wears in the Super G. The former representative of the United States of America, now very much Swiss. Golds in 2 Paralympic Games. But here in PyeongChang, exercising the demons of Sochi. A horrific accident during the Super G. Didn't do anything else after that. Required medical attention. And here, at the still young age of 48, the lady from Iowa originally. Gold in the slalom in 06, gold in this competition, the Super Combined in 2010, and she's just trying to figure out whether she's in or out the gate here. She's managed to correct it, so she's desperate to finish. She's still inside Linda Van Impelen at the moment, but that's a big chunk of time just washed away. Oh, just holding on, is she? Oh, somehow staying within the course here, Stephanie Victor. Well, the legend that is, crossing the line, the arms outside, what can I do, she says. Well, she got to the bottom, looking adversity in the face and having a few problems to deal with. She got there in the end.
Go, move!
Laurie Stevens of the United States of America. 33-year-old. Come up with something big. It puts pressure on the 4 above her. And that's the great thing about the Super Combined. You might be absolutely excellent at the Super G, but if your technical graft isn't as good as your Super G guile, then it can be very costly. Stevens had a heck of a gap between herself and the rest of the field behind her. But she has 2.49 to make up on top spot. If she can come down quickly here, 2.49 can very quickly be lost in a slalom. Trying to maintain the speed, that's one of the key elements, but these mono skis, trying to dance around the kitchen with your fridge, it's hard work, and they make it look so effortless. 2:35.74. Game on, 4 to come. Laurie Tori Stevens leads.
선수 7초 18을 던지면서 최고 기록 2분 35초 7.
Anna-Lena Forster was only 1.83 behind her compatriot Anna Straffelhuber. The German team will very much be of the mindset that there's 2 medals up for grabs here. It is a very talented 4 to come. Can Anna-Lena Forster come up with the goods with 22? 2 silvers and a bronze in Sochi. She's been watching on as Straffelhuber has made a name for herself. Well, when she decides to retire, if that does indeed come at the end of these games, as she said, then Anna-Lena Forster has to lead the charge for Germany. Up to 2 minutes 10 of the total time. The lead time at the moment, 2:35. Forster hanging on to her lead, 5 point something now. Forster to put pressure on Loesch, MURAOKA and Straffelhuber into the final few gates. Do it without a problem. She does. Oh, that's good. 55-19. That is tremendous from Anna-Lena Forster. Oh, the challenge has been thrown down. Claudia Loesch. We've seen her during the recognition announcement so far here in PyeongChang. Look mightily annoyed that she isn't wearing a gold yet. She's going to come from 3rd to 1st. The gap is 1.57 between her and Straffelhuber at the beginning of this. What's Loesch got through the slalom? Been brilliant in the World Cup. That's more than likely what's annoying her. 0.60 in front of Forster. Destroying the gates as she goes. The 29-year-old Austrian didn't get a gold in Sochi. Oh, there's a mistake! And all of a sudden, Claudia Loesch peels off to the side. And the great Austrian bows out again. And while I said that the German team would fancy there was more than 1 medal in the offing here, this is the moment she pulls up. She obviously misses the gate. She raises her arm in acknowledgement. She missed the gate. And that now means that Forster will medal here with 2 to go. So Anna-Lena Forster has already given Germany 1 medal. This is Momoka, MURAOKA of Japan. Gold, silver, bronze, or disaster for MURAOKA. What will it be? She started just 0.32 behind Anna Straffelhuber. Is MURAOKA the person that stops the great run of the great German? 0.71 the difference. She's in front of Forster. Can she keep it that way? Just 20 years old from Saitama. Will she be leaving PyeongChang with another medal? 2:12:38, she's dropped behind. At this present time, Germany are guaranteed gold. MURAOKA, a little mistake. She's had a few of those during the World Cup, where she's done a great run, and then all of a sudden, just not been at the races. Oh, 2.66 in the end. Anna-Lena Forster will be ecstatic knowing she's got a medal. She knows it's at least a silver. MURAOKA will get the bronze at least. There is the very jubilant Anna-Lena Forster. She's in shock. Somebody's just told her that she's definitely got silver. A mistake from the usually, well, usually gifted. Oh, and there's one straight away. Now then, Anna SCHAFFELHUBER. Will it be a Germany 1-2? SCHAFFELHUBER's struggling here. '25-year-old, 5 gold medals in Sochi, and the lead is just .64. If you're wearing a hat, hold on to it. This is going to be a monumentous finish. Can SCHAFFELHUBER stretch it? Forster will have everything she can crossed here, every finger. I would imagine she's perhaps sat with her eyes closed. 2:12.38. My word! SCHAFFELHUBER 1.58 behind here. She has won 7 gold medals in a row, but this is not the greatest of runs from Anna SCHAFFELHUBER, and Anna-Lena Forster is indeed the champion. SCHAFFELHUBER to get silver at least, 2:30.11, and the party starts in the Forster household now. Anna-Lena Forster accepts the hugs of the coaching staff around her. She's managed to get from 4th to 1st with a blistering 55.19 in the slalom. Genuine disbelief here inside the Jeongseon Alpine Centre. Anna SCHAFFELHUBER, it was 7 golds in a row at Paralympic Games, and it just had to be a compatriot, Anna-Lena Forster, that stopped her in the end. Well, we talked during Anna-Lena's run, saying whether she would be the next person to lead the baton charge, if you like, once SCHAFFELHUBER retired. Well, that result says that Anna-Lena Forster is indeed ready to rule the world of sitting super combined. It's Forster from SCHAFFELHUBER. It's another medal for MURAOKA as well. Second bronze following from the Super G for MURAOKA. Still feel that she probably should have made that a silver as well, if not a gold. A good run from MURAOKA, and she was not far behind SCHAFFELHUBER in the first round, so well done, the German team. I said just before Anna-Lena Forster set off that the German team will fancy there's more than 1 medal in this. Okay. They knew that SCHAFFELHUBER was top. They knew that Forster was 4th. You only need a mistake, and the moment Claudia Loesch drifted off to the side of the course and said that's her day done, this lady here has capitalized in the biggest way possible. We have the recognition announcement here in just a few moments' time, and that recognition announcement will include a Germany 1-2 here. Here comes the parade then for the women's super combined sitting event here at the Alpine Skiing here at the Jeongseon Alpine Centre. Everyone expecting that lady on your screen there to be the champion, especially after run number 1. The Super G run was great from SCHAFFELHUBER. The lady on the right made a few mistakes and will end up with the bronze. That is indeed Momoka MURAOKA of Japan. Work to do, the Japanese athlete. She's only young. The team will talk to her and say, look, if you can get 2 decent runs in one competition, gold is not a million miles away. But Schaffelhuber is used to wearing the gold. 5 in Sochi. She got the first 2 here over the first couple of days in PyeongChang. But the run comes to an end. It's silver for Anna Schaffelhuber. Well, I'm still not sure that this lady really believes what's happening. You recognise the look of a surprise on someone's face after a while. And that's what we've got here. Anna-Lena FORSTER. Yes, that's the recognition. It's kicking in. And so it should do. The German flags are waving ferociously inside the Jeongseon Alpine Centre. It's goal for Germany. It's goal for Anna-Lena FORSTER. Make their way from the field of play here at the Jeongseon Alpine Centre. We start our coverage of the men's super combined events. It'll of course be the visually impaired events first up. Super G part of the super combined already completed. They'll go in reverse order as to how they finished this morning. Matej Kresel will kick us off. 3 DNFs this morning mean that Miroslav HARAUS and Jakub Krakow perhaps had an easier ride than they thought. Marek Kubacka, our only B1 athlete, slid out to the side. Zotovicova, his guy, couldn't keep the instructions coming to keep him on the course. But Mac Marcoux and Giacomo Bertragnoli both went. So this again, another competition where we might just have a surprise victor. HARAUS with the fastest time over the Super G. 1 silver in Sochi, 2 disqualifications and 2 DNFs. He certainly arrives here with a point to prove. 2 bronzes in 2010. Can he break his duck? Will this be his golden moment in Para-Alpine? He's 31 now, HARAUS. But he will go last with his guide, Maras Hudik. That is the course that waits for them. The ladies came down on the right-hand side of that track. The men will come down on the left as we look at it. A slightly different course laid out for them. The start and finish are exactly the same. Start of 745 meters. Dropping down 200 meters throughout the course, set by Alex Nazarov. Final checks and preparations. People checking results up in the stands on their phones. Hefty Dutch contingent. There is indeed the first athlete to come in the men's VI event. Maciej Kresel.
I want that fucking bird attack in the finish because he works so hard. I don't care if they're going to life like it.
Maciej and Anna Olgazinska will get this second half, if you like, underway. First job done, Super G, complete the course, get a time, make it quick. Sun just starting to drop behind the mountains here at the Jeongseon Alpine Centre. The lights are already on, the floodlights. Day 4, offering drama. What will the men's visually impaired athletes give us as we start with Poland's Maciej Kresel. 26 years old. Taught by his own father how to ski. Here in the third games would be a big ask to win his first medal from this event at least. Close a few times, 2 fifth-place finishes. One of those came in the Super Combined in Sochi. He's the first of 10 to go here, so we'll need dramatic improvement on this morning. Anna starting to get away from him. But he's following his instructions. Through the line comes Maciej Kresel. 52.20 the run time. Now Mark Batum. 59-year-old from Seattle. Not sure what the time difference is between here and Seattle. Maybe his family are sleepless and watching on. .96, he's dropped time here. Mark and Kei Yamamoto, his guide. Through the 2-minute marker they go then. 2:26.95 is the overall time. 2:11.26 at this check. He's going to be outside still. 1.13. Kresel at the moment looking like he's made one place up at least. Diagnosed with degenerative visual impairment back in 1986. Crossing the line, 0.69 outside of Maciej Kresel. Gained a little time towards the back, but not enough. Patryk Hetmer of the Czech Republic waits for his second run of the Super Combined VI event. 25-year-old. Partner Lucy. Oh, a little twitchy moment for Patryk Hetmer. Miroslav Makala trying to guide him down safely here. Oh, another sideways moment for Patryk. This isn't without issue. The second games, Patryk Hetmer came 7th in the Super Combined in Sochi. He'd like to get a higher finish than that if he can. 0.14 behind now. Kresel's run proving to be good. moments where he's really put the brakes on. Patrick Hetman slowed the speed. Oh, and he's just about made it through the final gates. Trickles over the line, 57.44, 5 seconds slower than the run of Kreso, which means he goes nearly 2 seconds behind in total. Kevin Burton and Brandon Ashby. They start with a 3.62 second advantage. And now depend how quick they can get down and keep that advantage. 35-year-old competed here at the Paralympics of Sochi, in the para-biathlon and the para-cross country in the past. He's stretching the lead here. 4 seconds it is. Kevin Burton. Introduced to para-skiing at a ski camp. He said, as soon as my skis touched the snow, I fell in love. 2 kids, Ewan and Imogen. Heading towards the finish then. 2:22.36, 4.59. So Burton, for a moment, leads the Paralympic Games.
To the top, Valerii.
The start gates. Valerii REDKOZUBOV. Slender lead that he has going in for his run. 6th position after event 1, the Super G. Slalom looking good here. This is quite pacey from REDKOZUBOV. And he's stretching the lead. A little hang up there, but it's 2 seconds the gap that he's got between himself and Kevin Burton at the top. When you are down in 5th, 6th, 7th, if you're going to stand any chance of getting a medal, you've got to immediately go back to the top. And then just pray and wait for mistakes. REDKOZUBOV going well here. 4.28 now. Quickest run we've had is 51.23 from Kevin Burton. This is looking very good from REDKOZUBOV. Yevgeny Giroyev is the guide. Quick through the final section as well. That's huge. 2:16.92, 47.13. Raises his arms, representing the neutral Paralympic athletes, and top of the leaderboard with 5 to come. 45-year-old enjoyed that. Couple of golds, including this. The reigning champion of the Super Combined is now top with a great second run. This is Morgenfurt. 52 years old. He's the oldest in this event, but it's still a pretty impressive age, considering he was 5th after the first run. 5th quickest on the world stage. Oh, he's dropped time already. Well, REDKOZUBOV, I have to say, was electric during this slalom run. 47 is a staggering time. The reigning champion has put pressure on everybody here. REDKOZUBOV, 2:03.02 at his next checkpoint. Morgenfurt, 2.98 seconds back. And they're not doing a great deal wrong here. Morgenfurt and his guide, Christoph Menna. Into the final section then. That's the final tricky bit. The line is there. Well, he goes second, a run of 50.82. I told you he was doing nothing wrong, really. But 47.31 really has put the reigning champion in a good position. 4 to come. This is Frantsev. Introduced to the sport by his older sister. And again, immediately fell in love. His older sister also competes in Paralympic skiing. Debut back in 2005 for the 26-year-old. He's inside his mutual Paralympic athlete teammate. REDKOZUBOV, 2:17.10. Frantsev and Herman Agranovsky. Again, maybe you can hear those instructions. The gap. Oh, well, the gap is irrelevant now because he's down. Frantsev. Well, the lead had gone down to 0.06. He's laughing. They say found Frantsev. He's obviously found that slightly funny, but well, he's getting an applause from the crowd at the bottom. They can see that not only on the big screen, but he is in eye shot of the stands. Just gets his ski caught up in the post, and down he goes. Well, the gate does the damage. Now Frantsev is a DNF. There are 3 to come. One mistake means the reigning Paralympic champion will get another medal. SANTACANA MAIZTEGUI. The great Spaniard, 37 years old, from San Sebastian. And skiing back in 1990. Progressive vision loss. That's just 5% of his vision. At the moment he's using that 5% and the instructions from Miguel Garces to try and pick up yet another Paralympic medal. 1.7 the difference. It was gold in 2002, gold in 2010, gold in 2014. Has he got another in the locker? 2:17.10 the time to beat. Oh, 2.13. He's in front with just a couple to go. Always better to get to the top and wait. 2:14.97. They know they've got a medal. Delighted Spanish pairing. Someone asked Ricardo why people don't get involved in paraskiing. He said, what else have you got to do? Good answer. Bib 7 belongs to Jakub Krakow of Slovakia. Branislav Brosman is the guide. 1.55 is the advantage that Krakow had from the Super G run earlier here on day 4. Krakow and Brosman start their descent. 0.64, already the gap drops down. It was good from SANTACANA MAIZTEGUI, a 47.79. It was the second fastest time of the slalom. Is it too quick for Jakub Krakow? 2:01.32. Has he made some time up? 0.44. This will be real close. The battle for silver at the moment. In theory, at least. Krakow to go to the top of the leaderboard. 2:15.13. He's outside. Oh, SANTACANA MAIZTEGUI at 37 sits at the top of the tree. One more to come. 2:15.21. There was a couple of dubious gates for Krakow. Interesting with the final result. But certainly here, he drops into second position. He is the leader after the Super G. The leader of the Super Combined here on day 4 in PyeongChang. Miroslav HARAUS, 31 years old, yet to win a Paralympic gold medal. Huge opportunity here. Got to keep it clean, got to keep it quick. 2:20 the gap now. SANTACANA's too old in the tooth to be biting his nails or worrying about it. He'll just be sat at the bottom thinking whatever will be, will be. But at the moment, he's sat in top spot with just this run to affect it. 2:01.32, it's down to 1.65. Will HARAUS drop any time now? Between here and the line, one mistake could stop him from winning his first ever Paralympic gold medal. He's a little wide there. 2:15.13, he's done it. 2:40.22, but just 0.91 in the end. Miroslav HARAUS, he's had a silver in Sochi, he had bronzes in 2010, and that is the reaction of a man that finally has a gold medal. Scenes of jubilation for Miroslav HARAUS of Slovakia. If that course had been any longer, SANTACANA MAIZTEGUI may well have stolen the gold. But it's not, it was just the drop of 200 metres. And that man there, in his third Paralympics, has finally picked up his first gold medal. And interesting developments as well in third. The reigning champion from Sochi might not be the reigning champion anymore, but he is going to get a bronze. Valerii REDKOZUBOV has been upgraded to third. There's been a disqualification for Jakub Krakow and Branislav Brosman. So HARAUS can enjoy his moment. SANTACANA MAIZTEGUI picks up yet another Paralympic medal in silver. And Valerii REDKOZUBOV is indeed officially there, shifted up into third. Respect for Gunnar Murgenford at 52, a debut Paralympic Games, and he's fourth best in the Super Combined. Great effort from the Austrian. There's the confirmation of Jakub Krakow's disqualification. Some big names there went out in the Super G round of this. Betagnoli and Marcoux would have expected to have been somewhere around, but fail to finish either of your runs, and it gives people like Miroslav HARAUS the chance to win his first ever Paralympic gold medal. He looks up to the sky. The talent is all within, my friend. Belief in yourself is a key component to any athlete. HARAUS can now proudly call himself a Paralympic champion. Well, the youngest age on this podium from the athletes will be 31. HARAUS is 31, silver for SANTACANA at 37, REDKOZUBOV at 45. Parasport is all about the ability and how you deal with your impairment. If you're fit enough, your age just becomes a couple of digits in a box that commentators get to talk about.
Right there, Slovakia in the house representing.
Just a short pause before the announcements are made in front of the spectators, young and old, enjoying themselves. Some wonderful headwear on offer by the spectators as well. Maros Hudik, the guide for the Paralympic champion. The guides get medals as well, in case you weren't aware of that. Families of the guides are normally here as well as the athlete families. It's a big moment for everyone. On SANTACANA, MAIZTEGUI, they're waving away at the camera. Distinctive long hair is another medal into his very distinguished career. The man in the middle has his big first one. Bronze for Valerii, REDKOZUBOV and Evgeny Goreev. Neutral Paralympic athlete, the 45-year-old. Might not have been able to retain a title, but he certainly got himself a medal. His run in the second event, the slalom, was the quickest of the slalom, 47.31, so he's earned that medal the hard way. Your SANTACANA, MAIZTEGUI and Miguel Galindo Races from Spain. MAIZTEGUI at 37 has another medal. Second fastest in the slalom. But those two gentlemen in the middle for Slovakia have golds to come to them. Their second run time was the third fastest down, but it was enough to hang on. 0.91 the difference in the end. It's Miroslav, HARAUS and Maros Hudik from Slovakia, champions of the Super Combined VI event. Rounds of applause being offered to these very deserved winners in the VI. It takes two to tango, well, it takes two to do a VI event as well. Guides just as important as the athletes in this one. Now on to one of our biggest fields when it comes to para-alpine ski. The men's standing super combined event. Then they go in reverse order as to how they finished in the Super G part of the Super Combined. So it means that start with Hiraku Misawa. Top 15 are always scheduled first. So Misawa was 15th fastest. After the first fastest from this early session in the Super G are then potentially, as you would call them, the also round. So Martin Birch, Lindstrom, Brugger, Favrika, Muskushin and Koike will go at the end of the run. We will pretty much know who the champion is by then. That is the order it's done in. So this is Hiraku Misawa, who was 15th fastest in the Super G. So Misawa maneuvering his way through. The trick to the Super Combined is that if you're not happy with one or your first run in the Super G, then bring your A game to the slalom and you just never know. Plenty of stories of people coming from 4th, 5th, 6th because their slalom is so much better than everybody else. And wow, Miroslav almost threw himself over the line, but what a start that is. 51.47. Our single leg skier from Japan starts us off with a bang. Tomasz Grocha, Austria's 24-year-old. From Klagenfurt. Had a very slender lead over Miroslav, so the difference here is almost nothing. It's not now, 1.57. Another of our single leg skiers, and Grocha is really moving through the gates here. 5th place in the slalom in Sochi. And he is furious. Tomasz Grocha out. Well, it's one mistake. Just here. Gets his ski caught at the bottom of those 2 posts. And the only thing that gives you is disaster. Well, you can try and stronghold the gates if you like, but the gates sometimes win. James Whitley only has a 0.17 lead over Miroslav at the start of play in the second run here in the slalom. Whitley. He's born in England. Fluent in French as well. Wants to be involved in sport because he wants to be able to compete at the highest level despite his impairment. Wants to fight against that thought process. Here he's fighting against the cause. To the line, 2:20.28 he leads. Whitley is 1.57 ahead, 50.07. We're getting towards the 50-second mark now, aren't we? Just 0.7, 7/100.
Coming up next, and he's going to have a very slim lead, a 0.15 in the start now.
Jeffrey Stoet from the Netherlands, just 15/100ths of a second quicker than James Whitley. Can the man from Enkhuizen in the Netherlands come up with a big performance? The answer, sadly, is not this time. He slides out to the side. Harmless, but again frustrating for Jeffrey Stoet. That pretty much sums up his World Cup, if I'm fair. He's had that kind of season. Just here. And sometimes in skiing, you just lean too much and the earth gives way. And all you want it to do then is swallow you up. 4 gone, 2 down, 2 did not finish. This is Jordan Brossin.
Hey!
24-year-old Frenchman from Annecy near Lyon. Oh, he's just looking a little ragged through that section, and he's already down on Whitley. A leg in the air there is never good either. James Whitley has done himself no harm whatsoever with his run. Again, there's a lot of French supporters here. .36 outside of our current leader. The bottom of the course left to navigate. Oh, and a big twist towards the end there. Well, hopefully Jordan Brossan is okay. Well, he leaps straight up, so he must be fine. But Jordan Brossan, well, it was a dramatic tumble. And it means that, well, he came out of the sun and into the shade. And just here, it made it look a little bit more dramatic. I think he got his ski caught up in the ground. Hopefully he hasn't twisted anything. Well, there's still time for a smile, isn't there?
Here we go.
The sunlight disappearing in sections here won't affect the standing and sitting skiers so much. It would have been a havoc for those with a visual impairment. Being able to see contours within the sunlight or within the shade are very different for the eye athletes. Majority of our standing skiers not such affected. As anybody will know, going from light to shade can take a second to adjust. So it might cause some problems, but not so for Jamie Stanton at the moment. He's burrowing his way through the gate posts, nearly with a struggle, just gets a couple of strokes in to get down. 3.73, a fist pump at the bottom. Jamie Stanton is top of the board, 2:16.55.
3.73 was closest competitor with the in that second spot. Now we look for top another American.
Thomas Walsh.
Come on, buddy.
Up next also
Go
for
on.
the United States of America. Can he follow the example set by Jamie Stanton? 2:16.55. No. It's a very, very early exit. We just head down, having a think about what might have been. It's very early here. In fact, he straddles the very first gate. Well, he'll have spent all afternoon thinking about the course. They get an inspection. He'll have gone through that. Then he'll have spent the last couple of hours thinking about the course again. And to straddle the very first gate, well, it won't annoy anybody as much as it'll annoy him, trust me. Thomas Peel, 0.72 his advantage. 21-year-old. Bronze and silver back in 2006. Is this the time that Thomas Peel has the feeling of being a medal winner again? He's already dropped down behind Stanton. He's struggling a little. Again, only the use of the pole in the left hand to bat away those gate posts. 2:03.08, 0.89 the difference now. Thomas Peel dropping behind Jamie Stanton, that time of 46.75. Looking better and better with every run that comes after him. Through the line, Stanton stays where he is. Less than 50 seconds, admittedly, for Thomas Peel. He's only the second person inside the 50-second marker. But it isn't good enough to topple Jamie Stanton. Adam Hall. Here is New Zealand's Adam Hall.
Let's go, buddy.
What's the 30-year-old got here in the way of a heroic performance to get him from 9th into the medals? His wife, a former competitor herself, represented the United States in Torino and Vancouver. Hall leads, a little shaky there. An athlete born with spina bifida. Leading from Jamie Stanton, but it's not by much. Can he hold on to that minuscule advantage through the final gates, picking up speed, aiming for the line? Oh, he did really well over the bottom section, did Adam Hall. 1.23 the lead, and he lets out a mighty roar. The entire nation of New Zealand will have roared as well, I'm sure. 46-26. That's a great run. Here was our new leader. This young man, I think, has a few surprises inside of him. SANTACANA. Just 17. If this isn't his time, watch out, Beijing. But you tell a 17-year-old this is just a learning exercise. I'm not sure he's listening. Just the use of the left arm, the right arm tucked inside the bib. Usual style from SANTACANA. The boy from Lappeenranta. He's dropping time though. Kiveri, 1.12 back. Adam Hall, 2:15.32. SANTACANA is not going to do it. He's dropped some time here. He'll be mightily disappointed. It's not enough for second either. He goes into third. So Adam Hall edges ever closer to a medal. Now Kirk Schornstein. Really good performance from Kirk Schornstein in the first run, the Super G. The big man using his strength. Just 24 years old. Works part-time in the family business. When he's not out there training, he's dropped some time. What'll it look like here? 2:02.59 from Hall through this section. Oh, he's still growing. 1.37. Adam Hall will be sat in that winner's area, looking up at the giant scoreboard here at the Jeongseon Alpine Centre. Can he dare to dream? Schornstein's outside. Oh, it's right down in fifth. He'll be furious with himself, Kirk. 49.99. He got inside 50 seconds, but you can see the disappointment on his face.
He'll have a decent advantage going into this one. Martin France up next from Slovakia.
Now Martin France of Slovakia. A nation that's having really good success in the Paralympic of PyeongChang 2018. Is Martin France going to join that party? Able to use a ski pole in either hand, so it's all about the strength in the core of the body for Martin France. It's all about the natural balance that he can manage under the extreme pressures of twisting from left to right. And that's not even taking into consideration the condition of the course. France holding on to a lead at the moment. The second checkpoint coming. The 33-year-old from Habanovo needs a 2:02.59. He's dropped back as well. Well, that middle section was where Hall really did the damage. People are really struggling to find that time here. 2:15.32. Nowhere. Martin France, nowhere near it in the end, unfortunately. 2:18.54. It's right down in fifth position. It's the seventh quickest, the second slowest of the slalom runs so far.
Tear it out, Mitch.
Mitch Gawley,
World
world champion. 26-year-old world champion 5th in Sochi at this event. He's dropping time as well. Australia versus New Zealand is always a hot ticket. Oh, Gawley losing all manner of balance, but somehow keeping it together. 2:02.59, the Czech time. He's still inside. Can the man that won the world title in Italy go on to medal here at the Paralympics? 2:15.32's gone. 1.58 the difference, and Mitchell Gawley will look back at that run and he knows exactly where that time was lost. Come on, he says. Adam Hall still in top spot.
지금까지 1위는 아담 허울 선수입니다.
Aleksei BUGAEV, second quickest this morning in the first part of this competition, the Super G. He is capable of absolute special performances, is this man. Has he got another one here? The 20-year-old reigning Paralympic champion. He picked up the slalom gold as well, so this is his baby. If anyone can slalom with swagger, it's this man. BUGAEV is 4.92 ahead of Adam Hall. Surely can't drop that. It needs a mistake from the neutral Paralympic athlete to let Hall in. No such joy. 4.76 the difference. It's 2:10.56. The quickest from the first event to come. Adam Hall will get a medal. Will it be silver or bronze? What it can't be is gold, because BUGAEV sits in the throne. He might be there forever. He might be there for the next minute. Let's find out. Rafa Balche spent the first 2 days here in PyeongChang looking alongside Theo Himmer. 2 silvers for Balche, the youngster who can claim also to be a world champion already. Just 17 from Grimaud. He's just ahead, 0.33. I'm not sure what the French is for tension, but it's being spelt out on screen right now. Giant slalom and slalom world champion, and he's dropping time. 0.43. Has the youngster got something majestic over the final few gates? It doesn't look that way. In fact, he's slowing. 2:10.56, 0.32. And Aleksei BUGAEV wins the title. Balche has yet another silver. And is that an opportunity lost? Well, he waves up at the crowd. Staying classy in defeat, but you feel that was his moment. So because of the ranking system, the top 15 always go first in any stage of an event, certainly during the second run. This is Martin Wirtz. Martin was 16th after the first run. For these guys, it's about trying to see where they can finish on the board. Again, if you've never seen parasport before, this would have to be something sublime or even ridiculous to make it into the podium places. But certainly those that perhaps aren't as good at Super G in this Super Combined, they certainly get a chance to test out their slalom before those events kick off here in PyeongChang. Martin Wirtz not doing a bad job at all. And in fact, he's the 6th quickest. There you go. Martin showing that his skill lies more in the slalom. That time for Martin Wirtz takes him 10th. So considering he was 16th at the end of the first event, that's a nice improvement. Aaron Lindstrom, another that you feel will only improve as he gets a little older. He's had World Cup success, and as I wax lyrical about the potential, the hazards of the job step in. Aaron Lindstrom not happy. Let's take a look at the moment he goes. Down onto his left arm. Hopefully he's okay. Looks like it's no major problem. Might have hurt his left shoulder there. Just wincing a few times, but that's Lindstrom done for day 4. Michael Brugge. Swiss 35-year-old. Abundance of experience. Competed back in 1998. The mould of the sport was very much different there, and well, if you want to know if Michael Brugge's got a decent right hook, the answer is yes. He took his frustration out after tripping on one of the gate posts. He lends himself a boxer's right hand to the next. Just there. It's a nice clean jab, that. Maybe there's the next conquest for Michael Brugge. Somebody wants to go and give that gate post a towel and maybe some smelling salt. It's out cold. Michael Brugge comes up with the DNF. Thomas Varveka at the gates and ready. Quite taken by the outfits for the Czech team. Momoka moving his way through. Bid number 38. 19th after the Super G part of this Super Combined event. Momoka 35 now. Man from Prague. Who underwent surgery on a shoulder injury middle of 2016, so right in the middle of your Paralympic cycle, a big injury to try and firstly rectify, secondly train, and third then have enough time to get enough practice in and make sure there's still nothing wrong. Look at did para snowboarding at the last games. Decided to hop onto 2 skis here. Crosses the line in 30th position. Came 5th in the snowboard cross standing. Thomas Varveka, champion-elect. He's got to wait. Use the rules, I'm afraid, Aleksei. So he has to watch on just to make sure. Aleksei Mikushin, another of our neutral para-athletes. Years old from Jeongseon. Again, just the use of the right ski pole. Speaks great English as well as Russian. Had an arm amputation in 2007. 3 years later, he said, "You know what? I want to try skiing again." Been doing it from the age of 5. Gave it a break after the operation. It's a big deal to cope with. Doing amputation. It takes longer than others to, as they say, get back on the horse. But Aleksei is now a Paralympian. Still young. Gachuta Koike. Big shouts from the coaches as Koike dives out. Home of the next Summer Games, of course. Read through the information about Japanese athletes here in PyeongChang, and quite a lot of them are training in athletics as well, or other summer sports, to give themselves a chance of a home games, and you can't fault them for that. Ask any of the Korean athletes here what it's felt like to represent their nation in front of home spectators. I'm sure it's worth every hour of training, in no matter what sport they do, to get that adulation. Into the final stages comes Koike, 2:34.99. He just avoids a 2:35, and that will put him in 14th position. Well, he's nowhere near last, because if you DNF, puts you below anybody that has 2 times. Well, there is the man that will be crowned champion at the Medal Plaza a little bit later on here in PyeongChang. The recognition announcements happen on the venue, and there are fireworks and music concert inside the Olympic Stadium, or the Medal Plaza anyway. No stopping Aleksei BUGAEV in that second run. It's a little heartache for Arthur Bauchet. A world champion he's already mastered. He must have thought when PERRINE went out in the first stage, the Super G stage, that the gold was there for him to win. But he hadn't counted on Aleksei BUGAEV being masterful through the slalom. There's the list of DNFs. It was quite lengthy in the end. But bronze went to a fabulous performance from Adam Hall. 3rd fastest overall in the slalom part of this super combined event. Hall took himself from 7th to 3rd. That's an achievement on its own. Bauchet went the other way. He was first going into the slalom part. He has to settle for his 3rd silver on 3 racing days here in PyeongChang. Don't think he minds still. He is proving to be a real talent at 17. He'll live to fight another day. But Aleksei BUGAEV for the neutral Paralympic athlete delegation has picked up a gold. The 20-year-old coming down in 44.94. It was quick. It was enough to close the gap. That's a closer look. Aleksei BUGAEV. That folks is a bit younger. Hall, Bauchet, BUGAEV, medalists in the men's super combined standing. Super combined sitting event. The floodlights of the Jeongseon Alpine Centre needed now. The sun disappearing behind this beautiful course. There's just glimmers of it out there, right there at the top. If you look hard, you can see the start gate. 200-metre drop down into the stadium area. We'll start off with Dino Sokolovic. Number 15 will be the quickest qualifier from the Super G part. Always the top 15 will run. Any more than 15 go afterwards. The top 15 times from the morning session go first. Sitting slalom, completely different technique to just letting it roll in the Super G. Sokolovich. Away he goes, 29-year-old from Zagreb, a proud Croatian. Wife Barbara follows his every move. He's there in the bad times and alongside him at the good times as well. He's had a few of those in the World Cup. A victory, a couple of third places. Not sure he's got enough to come from 15th to medal on this occasion. Just look at the strength being used by the torso of Sokolovich to flip the monoski from side to side, weaving inside a tricky course here at the Paralympic Games. Strength personified. 2:20.72 is the total time. 49 seconds for Dino Sokolovich. A few Croatian flags doing it since he was 18. His teammates have nicknamed him the Kung Fu Panda. Jasmine Bamba. His wife and 3 kids are watching on. I said 2 earlier, he does indeed have 3. Layla, Mea, and Adeline. And Bamba in a 3rd Paralympics here, bringing his monoski down. A tough old season, real frustrations at times. Moving through nicely. He's gone behind Sokolovich though. 2.9 is now the difference. A 7th place in the Super G in Sochi for Jasmine Bamba. He represented Serbia during the 2010 Games. He became the first Serbian at a Winter Games. Been competing for the US since then, and that run is 53 plus, which means he goes 2nd behind Sokolovich. Third athlete of the 2nd session of this Super Combined. Rini Di Silvestro, Italian. Just see them just throw that back end out, but too much, and that happens. One of the course helpers in the line of fire, but I'm sure they won't mind. The course crew sent flying. And just saying that the skill is to use their body strength to throw that back end out and get round, but misjudge it slightly, and exactly that happens. You just keep going, and fair play to this guy. Just couldn't get out of the way. Silvestro goes out with a bang. Already at the bottom of the mountain. The noise levels have started. Han Sang-min, 38-year-old from Seoul. The first Korean para-alpine skier to win a medal at a Paralympic Winter Games. And he will never be forgotten here in the Republic of Korea. They're on their feet in the stands at the bottom. They couldn't care if he finished in 5th, 12th, 23rd. They are just waiting to catch a glimpse of Han Sang-min and greet him like the hero he is. Couldn't compete in Sochi. A shoulder injury put pay to that. But he was never going to miss this home games. Silver in 2002. He wanted to come here and really compete for medals. It isn't looking that way, but the roar will be that of a champion. Awesome stuff from everybody here at the Jeongseon Alpine Centre. They have waited a while to see their man come down. Well, he goes into second. Imagine, just imagine if a lot more athletes have a bad day and he somehow claims a medal. That's a big dream, by the way. Niels de Lange will have been dreaming of a medal. He wouldn't have wanted to have been as low down as he was. 11th at the start of proceedings here in this slalom event. Oh, he's riding it well though. 2:39 the difference. Still just 19, the man from Arnhem. Plenty of opportunity in Beijing, you feel. Between now and then, feels like a long time, 4 years, but it soon creeps up on you. The cycle, the World Cup, the World Champs, Niels de Lange crushing through the gates to 18:34. 2.38 the difference. Niels de Lange usurps Dino Sokolovic. And the musical chairs continues. Yasmin Bamba ejected from the winning area. Niels de Lange is top for now.
Now we got Christoph Blues.
So Christoph Kunz from Switzerland. It's just 0.14 the difference between he and our current leader, Niels de Lange. 35-year-old. Turns 36 later on this month. Can he bag himself a gift that's not available in the souvenir shops of PyeongChang 2018? Oh, it doesn't look that way, does it? Kunz is really struggling in this opening section. Just cannot find the rhythm, cannot find the groove. Here it comes now. A little bit smoother through the last 10 or so gates, but damage done. 2:04.34 through this time section. Like a stone. 198 down now. Well, he is a double Paralympic champion from games past. Not this time around for Christoph Kunz though. Gold in the downhill in 2010, gold in the giant slalom in Sochi in 2014. That puts him down in third with surely far too many good men to come. Here aerodynamic feature at the front of the monoski for Suzuki. Takeshi Suzuki. And the trick is to find whatever advantage you can get to make your monoski more aerodynamic. Go for it. Of course, those guys who are a big, wide frame, fighting against the force of the wind straight away. Equally, because they're heavier, they fall quicker. So it's all about utilising what strengths you have. Suzuki, a little smaller than most of the mono skiers, so again, just using his lightness to just glide through that section there. Beautifully done from Takeshi Suzuki, and he is 2.14 the better off for it. Suzuki into the bottom section. Oh, a little slide out there. 2.18 he wants. Oh, well inside. 2.15.67. Takeshi Suzuki with a 47.02. It's the quickest slalom run to date. Is it enough for a medal? Well, it was a good run for Dino Sokolovic. He's down into third now. Suzuki in top spot, the Langen sandwich between. Christoph Kunz leaves the winner's area. Right. Number 55 belongs to Johan Taboulet. 36-year-old Frenchman. From Morzine in France. He gave up skiing in 2001 to concentrate on his studies after his accident in 2002. He decided he wanted to give it another go, and in this form he is getting more and more successful. Yet to medal at the Paralympics, had a good World Cup this time around. It made you feel like he might be a contender. He's coming down here, trying to challenge 2.15.67. Been some big slides, and this time it's not going to be competitive enough from Taboulet. 2.16.70. It's enough for second spot, but Suzuki rides on. Sokolovic's turn to leave the limelight. Has Takeshi Suzuki done him enough to secure himself a Paralympic medal? It's Jess with 7 more to come that could really impress. It's hard. This is Tyler Walker. 1.38 the difference. A man that is always capable of the very spectacular, and by spectacular that can be good or bad. Airlifted from the mountain in Sochi, and a major wipeout during the World Cup in the early part of 2018. But what he can give you is absolute speed. Oh, he's gone very wide here, and it's gone. Walker's missed again. And that is a disappointment for the 31-year-old from New Hampshire. They stay where they are. Here, he already knew. He already knew at that point he'd missed the game. Just see the head go slightly back as if to look up to the sky. Andrew Kirker already having a successful Paralympic Games. Can Andrew Kirker keep it together here and put pressure on the rest? Oh, a bit of a slide. He's virtually ended up with the bottom end of his bucket seat on the ground. He's done well to get back into a horizontal There wasn't a great deal of a gap between him and Suzuki as he did that. 2:02.20 at this checkpoint. It's going to be tight. Oh, he's outside. Suzuki's hanging on here. Andrew Kirker's slalom isn't going favourably. Suzuki's time, 2:15.67. Kirker's not going to do this. 2:17.73. 2 seconds the difference and a little more. Kirker's time only good enough for third at present. The Langen leaves the winner's hair in. It's still a smile from Kirker. He is still Paralympic champion after his disaster in Sochi.
Come on, buddy. Go, Josh.
Josh Elliott. What a chance for the 36-year-old from Edmonds, Washington, to go home as a Paralympic medalist. Was 5th after the Super G. Can he move and maneuver his big frame all the way down this slalom run to great effect? He's behind Suzuki. What a run this is proving to be from the man who was ranked 9th after the first event, the Super G. Can Josh Elliott catch him? 2:02.20 at this time check. He's outside, 0.94. Wife Samantha watching on maybe, whether it be here or in their San Diego residence. It's a Paralympic debut for Josh Elliott, but he is 2 seconds outside. And not only does Suzuki stay where he is, Johan Tabelei's time is keeping him in the medals. The crochet expert knitting his way to a medal maybe. Suzuki, Tabelei, Elliott. Another of Japan's very talented sit skiers is up next. This is Akira Kano. Can he put in a performance that gets him into podium places? 31-year-old from Abashiri looks a little slow. Oh, that's a big, big slide, and he's behind as well. Already 0.56. This men's sitting super combined event is throwing us some real surprises. Ranked 9th at the turn, Takeshi Suzuki is surviving. 2:02.20, it's not going to be here for Kano. All manner of issues in the run, so it looks like the top 3 will stay as they are, because Kano isn't going to find that amount of time in this bottom section. Takeshi Suzuki must be sat there wondering, is it even possible? Or anything is possible. I think Kano's missed the last gate there. Won't be surprised if that's a DSQ at the end. But anyway, for now, it's clocked at 2:21. That's for the officials to worry about. Jeroen Kampschreur, the big Dutch hope. There has been a large swathe of orange in the bottom tiers of the stands here at Jeongseon Alpine Centre for hours. The expectation on this young man is very high, 3rd fastest, but he is a man that's already won a world championship. Some would say his age makes him a boy. If you are a world champion, you are a man, my friend. He's inside the time set by Suzuki so far. The man from Lierdorp blew the field away in Tarvisio last year. Won the super combined, won the giant slalom, won the slalom. That story alone kind of tells you that this is his thing. Oh, and he is motoring through the course. This is quick. The course might need to lie down. 2:11.59. 4 seconds the difference. You can see the bruising on this slalom course because JEPSEN has battered it.
That is good.
That is good, he says.
Well, come on.
Job in commentary afterwards, but he's not done in that bucket seat yet. Never mind this one. JEPSEN, the world champion in 2017, will medal. What colour will it be?
Jusqu'au bout. Plaisir. Allez, mon frère.
Frédéric Francois from France. Allez, allez, the shouts of the coaching staff as he gets going. Johan Taboulet currently sits in 3rd position. So Francois to medal would have to knock his compatriot out. He's got slow, he's got sidewards. There wasn't a great deal between the top 3. That's why that time was impressive from JEPSEN. Taboulet, Suzuki, JEPSEN, currently the holders of 2018 Paralympic medals. Francois, 1:58.72 for top spot. No, 1:04 behind. At the moment, Francois is aiming for 2nd. Can he keep the speed through this bottom section? 2:12.91, he does move into silver. He goes ahead of Suzuki. It's heartbreak here and agonising. At the same time, Taboulet gone. Suzuki has been there from 9th, hanging on here. He's got bronze if Pedersen makes a mistake. Francois, at minimum, has a bronze. JEPSEN, at minimum, has a silver. And this young Norwegian, who has just been scintillating in the World Cup this year, what has he got? He needs to come in inside 2:11.59. So basically inside 2:12. Oh, it's a big, big slide. The gap is only 0.23. He was 0.83 ahead of JEPSEN at the end of the Super G. Has Jesper Pedersen, the 18-year-old from Bergen in Norway, got anything else left to give here? Day 4 is ending dramatically. JEPSEN in the lead. Pedersen coming and he's dropping time. He's now in a fight to save silver. JEPSEN. The Dutch fans are jumping up and down. Pedersen keeps checking his speed, unfortunately, and it's JEPSEN's. Jesper Pedersen crosses in 49.02. He is still a Paralympic Games medal winner. It's a bronze for the 18-year-old, but the other 18-year-old is the Paralympic champion. The 41-year-old just happens to be sandwiched in the middle. Yes, says JEPSEN. He celebrates with Jeffrey. Next out on course, Lee Chi-won. If you thought the cries for JEPSEN were loud, this is one of the homegrown athletes. And again, the Korean flags are waving. Oh, it's heartbreak. Lee Chi-won bounces out of the course and won't get to have that moment crossing the line. He moves off to the side, so it's unlucky for Lee Chi-won. Kenji Natsume. Should be next, bib number 67, Lee. Just missing the gate and knew it straight away. Natsume then. Just to reiterate the fastest 15 go first. Any more than that who enter the competition then follow those 15. Letter of the law for the Paralpine contest. 44-year-old Natsume. A real wide turn, causing him to slow dramatically. Lives in Nagano now. Wanted to come here and take gold in one of the events, much like many of our athletes, but he does have the skills, Natsume. The third games for him. He was 6th at the Super Combined in Sochi, so he would have expected really to have been a lot higher up on this list, but sometimes it's just not your day. 19.34 back. He has come in at 14th to date. He's just in behind Yasmin Bambo and Hang San-min.
Come on, Mark. Come on.
Mark Sawyer, Australian 39-year-old from Melbourne. The best thing about skiing is the fact that his disability has little impact on the sport. He says, when I ski, I can pretty much do what everybody else can do. A nice message for any youngsters perhaps watching the sport. Sawyer. His monoski from top to bottom on this 200-metre drop course. Thoroughly enjoyed his time competing at the 2015 and 2017 Worlds. And sliding out here at the Paralympics. Right there of Germany. We'll slide into that first red gate. Just catching his outrigger device in his right hand in the gate post early on, but doesn't drag him back significantly. Right there. He's also struggling. Thought he might go there, but whilst he's fairly slow, it's not enough to stop him just yet. A 32-year-old will want to finish the course. Moving through each gate and turn and making sure nothing is missed. Outside of the winning times, 2:11.59 for Jeroen Kampstra. He's quick. Oh, and Kreitas caught his arm in one of the very late gates. So Kreitas' day 4 is done. Simon Wallner of Austria, with number 72. '75 athletes taking part in the Super Combined event here on day 4 of the PyeongChang2018 Paralympic Winter Games. Wallner was ranked 20th after the first run in the Super G. Struggling here at times. Really is about the strength of body to manoeuvre this beast of a machinery around each of these gate posts. But maintaining speed, accuracy and balance. It's a hat-trick of tough tasks. The best make it look easy. The rest are hoping to one day be able to do that too. Simon Valner, 30 years of age, to debut Paralympics. He's fairly new to the sport. But he can say that he finished 2:34.82.
Simon Wanda 선수.
Pavel Bambusek, 33-year-old from Prague. Works in marketing. Well, he's not coming down a mountain at speed. Getting a little sideways, but he's not the first through this section to have a struggle. Debuted back in 2005. Haven't made it to a games just yet. Again, a very keen golfer, 11th on the European Championships, European Para Golf Championships back in 2016. These are different types of sticks sticking out of the ground. And the Musik coming to complete his day 4. 37. The celebrations starting already. Enrique Plante, there's a whole manner of Argentine flags and supporters. They've been here all day supporting their athlete. Enrique Plante has plenty of speed, Enrique. Saw him a few times during the World Cup. His coach is going to keep it on the course. And they're nearly sliding out. Again, just twisting this mono ski onto the left blade and then the right blade. And the edges of the ski having to do the work as much as your balance and strength do. Those outriggers are good for an assist, but if you're going to go, they're not going to stop you. Plante going well into the final section then. You'll start to see those Argentine flags jumping up and down the spectators. Oh, and he's missed 5 from home. Would you believe? Well, he keeps his arms raised for the spectators at the bottom. And Enrique Plante misses the gate 5 from home. Well, he celebrates anyway, but he will be gutted. He, on the other hand, will be delighted. He's turned world champion into Paralympic champion. Jeroen Kampster is king of the world. Holding back the emotion, he is just 18, he's not 19 for a little while yet. And whilst he's trying to remain calm and composed there, not sure later when he gets his medal, he'll stay calm and composed. Just throwing a little look back at his run. These are the skills and the lines on the course that won him a gold.
That's good. That is
Came off the course shouting, "That is good." It was more than good, you know. It was brilliant. 46.04. So the recognition announcement ceremony starts here at the Jeongseon Alpine Centre for the men's Super Combined sitting event. It started with Super G, they finished with Slalom, and they all finished behind Jeongseon, two 18-year-olds and a 41-year-old. Quite a lot of DNFs throughout the course of this Super Combined event. Jesper Pedersen of Norway, just 18, and a bronze medal winner. He's kind of come from nowhere this year, so he'll be delighted with this. He was already setting his sights on the next Winter Games. He has a bronze already at this one. Frédéric Francois at 41 has a silver here in the Super Combined event. Frenchman, a big smile. But it is the world champion, Jeongseon, has had a difficult campaign back into 2017, beginning of 2018, but he's turned up here in PyeongChang, doing what he does best. He is the best at Super Combined. That's the World Championship gold he has, and now he is a Paralympic champion as well. Well, three happier men you may not find in PyeongChang tonight. Look at Pedersen. It's from ear to ear for the Norwegian. Well, the spectators have been great here on day 4. But the athletes always outshine them, don't they? That man there was brilliant. 46.04 for his slalom run, and with slalom contests still to come here at PyeongChang, we might witness some more of those guys later in these games. The lights are very much on for now. Day 4 has offered us plenty of surprises with big names going out of competitions quite early in the Super Combined day here at the Jeongseon Alpine Centre. You see the course being manoeuvred and moved. Well, we've seen people retain titles, we've seen people win first ever Paralympic medals. That is indeed what we want to give you at home. A big thank you for joining us on day 4 here at the Jeongseon Alpine Centre. There's loads more excitement to come at these PyeongChang 2018 Paralympic Winter Games. Goodbye for now.
아티스트들의 공연과 오늘 선수들이 직접 메달을 받는 장면을 보실 수 있습니다. 이곳 알파인 센터가 아닌 다른 빙상 경기장에서 있었던 메달의 경기의 수상자들도 함께 만나실 수 있는 멋진 자리, 공연과 여러 가지 행사가 함께 있는 곳에 가셔서 여러분들 선수들의 우승을 축하해 주시기 바랍니다.